Hello everyone, this is Braden from Ethan and Braden Productions, back again finally with another World Conqueror 3 video. I know, it's been a long while, but we are finally back, blah blah blah, you can read all that text, I don't care. So today, we are doing the final NATO mission, NATO 6, Time of Glory. You are the United States invading the mainland of the USSR from Siberia. It's kind of a weird way to do it, considering all the major NATO countries were in Europe, and Siberia, your supply is pretty limited, but hey. Who put me in charge of writing the frickin' campaign for Easytech games? So, certainly no one has, because the campaign would be a lot more historically accurate if I was in charge. But, you know, that's besides the point. Anyway, today we're going to be beating this mission, and I decided to do a little different, something a little different this time. While usually I just use whatever generals I want, I decided that for this one, specifically, once we get into, like, aliens, this will be different, just because those missions are pretty hard to beat, even with the best generals. But for this one, I only used Eisenhower and the 3 custom generals you get for free that you build up. Because I don't like being one of those people who do these walkthroughs, and it's like, oh, I can't do this because he has all these goated generals and he has, like, max tech. Because it's like, no one without, like, basically cheating is ever going to get to that point. Either cheating or paying, like, $8,000 in real money. You know what I mean? It's like... So I just decided for this mission, you know, if I could do it with my crappy generals with my pretty decent tech, because I'm like just shy of HQ level 70, I'm level 69, nice. So my tech is pretty good, and it's mostly upgraded as far as I can get it for right now. So my tech is pretty good. If I could do it with my good tech and only one good general and then the other 3 just mediocre to bad, you guys can get it with like crappy generals and like decent tech. Like, you guys can do the same thing. I can get a 3-star on silver. You can get at least a 2-star on silver. That's my point. Anyway, so this mission in particular, I'm not a huge fan of this one. I mean, I've complained about NATO 4 a lot, but I unironically kind of like that one. Like, just in a way, because I feel like, you know, it's kind of a hard thing, because it's like, this one, it's very linear. While, like, for example, like NATO 2 or NATO 4, you know, you're kind of going all over the place. But this one, it's very linear. You're just going in one straight path. It's just one line after another. Like, you take a city, and then you take Yekaterinburg, and then you take, like, the area by Moscow. Like, it's kind of just, you know, a very linear thing. It's not complicated at all. But it's just really hard, because the Soviets just throw the entire kitchen sink at you. Like, Eisenhower, I get him on Yekaterinburg. You'll see this later. I get him on Yekaterinburg so I can missile with him, because obviously since he's a 5-star air general, the missiles do extra damage, and, you know, you need to get that, you know. Plus, he has the economic perks, so if he's on a level 4 city, he can make a lot of extra money around. But he ends up getting nuked, because they just throw everything at you. They have all these generals, they have nukes, they have all this stuff. They have Zhukov camping outside Moscow, multiple generals on super heavies that, you know, you better have nukes and the ion cannon on standby, because they're a pain. And you don't get any nukes in this one until you take Yekaterinburg. So that's basically priority number 1, is to sneak your way over there without getting completely just messed up by their generals. Yeah, I'm not very good at this whole walkthrough thing, but I think, you know, I can still give decent input. Okay, I just used the ion cannon. Has it really been 10 turns already? Have I been talking that much, or did I just, like, forget to use it? I think it's been 10 turns. No, has it? I guess, hold on. Yeah, I have to figure this out now. I'm just kind of taken aback, because we're only... Okay, yeah, I get it. It's because I sped up the footage, so... To me, it only looks like it's been a couple turns in terms of how long the video's been, but the video is actually much further along than my brain wants to think. Okay, I figured that out now. I'm sorry for that tangent, y'all. But as you can see, I'm kind of just trying to slowly whittle away at these generals. Yeah, there we go. It's turn 11. Alright, and we're about to take Yekaterinburg, it looks like. Or at the very least, I'm going to continue to hit at it. General down. Okay, yeah, Yekaterinburg's almost open. And then I take that guy out with Eisenhower. Yeah, very good. Alright. I think it's this next turn I get it. I'm pretty sure. Yep, then we take Yekaterinburg. The Soviet general said something, but I clicked off too fast to actually see it. So once you take Yekaterinburg, basically the next objective that you should do is you should take that city with the level 3 airfield that the general on the artillery is sitting on. You want to take that city because if you make a nuke from Yekaterinburg and you take that city, you could just launch a nuke directly from that city, hit Moscow, and then paratroop into Moscow, straight from that city. So you could technically just missile Moscow from Yekaterinburg, and then move your units the old-fashioned way, but having the paratroopers helps a lot. So I think it's pretty helpful to take that city, so that's like my next main target. See, this is a mission you don't really need to produce a lot of units in. Like, I feel like, you know, when you're playing Aliens, you know, it's a little different. You're constantly churning out the spam cannon because they keep knocking out whatever placeholder you put on the city. But this one, since it's so linear, as long as you keep what you start with alive for the most part, you don't really need to produce that much, I found out. Like, I only produced like a couple units this whole time. I mostly just used the super heavies and the rocket artillery I started with, which I put my generals on. And these guys aren't very good generals for what I have them on, too. This is what I was saying before. If I'm able to get the 3-star with these generals, you could probably get the 2-star and 1-star of generals of, like, similar quality, even if your tech isn't as high. Like, because my American commander, like the generic American commander, he's a Navy general. He has nothing for the unit he's on other than, like, oil expert. You know, something that's very situational and doesn't really help unless I'm on an oil field, you know? And Commander England, he's like my best one for the situation we're in, because he's an artillery general. He has the level 2 artillery barrage. He has explosives. I believe he has artillery leader as well. Yes, he does. I think that's only level 1 though. But the point is, he's not a terrible artillery general, and he has 3 stars marching, which is just very important for artillery generals. Yeah, as you can see, Eisenhower, he got disappeared. That the Russians got him. Those dirty communists. What was I saying before? Yes. Oh, and the other guy, I was talking about my generals. And the other guy, the German commander, he's nothing, because he's just the general I dismiss when I need more medals to get another general. So I think he has, like, jungle fighting or something, because I bought it for, like, one of the missions that you, like, put your generals in, and if you have, like, the certain perks it wants you to have, that increases your % chance of getting the reward for the mission. So that's all he has. He's absolutely nothing. He's basically just a placeholder. So the fact that I managed to get a 3-star, as you'll see, I mean, it was just barely a 3-star, but I got a 3-star of these generals. My point is, once again, you know, if you have crappy generals, I'm just trying to show that, you know, the game isn't impossible, you know, because I feel like, you know, and I get this way too sometimes, you know, where it's all about the generals, right? Like, I feel like with aliens, like, when I buy, like, a new general, I can still struggle on some of the alien missions until I upgrade my tech. When I upgrade my tech, that's what makes it harder. Like, there were so many alien missions where I bought a good general, still struggled, and then I upgraded my tech and I managed to beat it. So, that's my point. That's what I'm trying to argue here, that to beat the game, it's more important to upgrade, keep your HQ in check, upgrade your technology, instead of just the generals. The generals are helpful, but technology is what matters, and I think we have reached the end of the mission, basically. I'm harassing the units there, and I paratroop into Moscow. Boom, game over, roll credits, winner, winner, chicken dinner.